This video will go through some of the things that I've done to make a DIY drum carder. So basically all this drum carder is just two different, and I'm going to try to point here while I'm holding my camera, two different rolls here. I don't have a pulley on the end like professional drum carders. I had built one, but I found that I didn't need it. It didn't spin as well. So all this is just an MDF board or whatever you can find, a cutting board. I think I got this at Joann's, painted it or tinted it. And some IKEA window brackets that I got for $1.50 each. And the great thing about these is that they're adjustable, so I can adjust this very easily. I can also adjust the height here too. So if I want to have my liquor in brush lower, I can do that easily, and I can adjust my drum. My drum is just a container that my husband had bought some really fancy whiskey, and it came in that, and I said, hey, that'd make a great drum. It's lighter than my liquor in brush, which is why I think I also don't need to worry about a pulley. So and it's bigger. It's about 13.5 inches in circumference, and this little job is maybe about 9 inches. And there's my kitten. He's saying feed me, even though he was fed recently. So for my crank over here, all I did was I went to my local hardware store and got a window crank for about $4. And I think it's a little hard to see here, but there's a washer that I have over there too. So basically the only hardware I bought was a washer and a nut and a threaded bolt that fits my window crank. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have really good drill bits when I drilled my hole into my drum, so I've used some filler as well in here, just some foam to make certain that this spins, but that my drum is not spinning on my threaded bolt. And that's about it. I did not do much else, and the great thing is, I'm going to show you, and it's a little hard to do here, but I'm going to show you that my drums, my liquor in drum can be adjusted quite easily back and forth. So depending upon how much fiber gets put onto my Swift drum, I can easily adjust this as well. So basically, to use this, all I do is load my fiber up. I could load it underneath as you would in a traditional drum carder. However, I've tried that, and I really like loading my fiber up. I'm just doing tip end first up onto my flicker brush. This is Oxford fiber that's been carded once already, and as you can see, and you saw in the video before, I've already been putting some fiber onto here. Luckily too, my drum was wide enough that all I had to do was to buy a 12-inch, a foot long piece of carding cloth from Howard. Howard cloth. This was the second, and they upgraded me to premium, so just a little promo for them too, because they seem to be really awesome. So basically all I'm doing is loading this up. I do find I really like loading it onto the front of the liquor brush here, just because then I can go through and either sort of tamp it down a bit, and also if there's too many nubbles and neps and things, I can sort of pick those out really easily. So it's not loaded up the best right now, but all I do is I'm just turning my crank, and I can see that it's slowly sort of picking up some of the fiber from my liquor, but not really. So I just go, and I have my brackets loose enough so that all I have to do is just tight enough so that they stay on, but loose enough so that they can adjust really easily. I just adjust that, and you can see I've got about that what they say that credit card length of space between, and so then I'm just rolling it on, and eventually it will pretty much roll everything off my liquor brush, and or whatever it doesn't roll off ends up being neps. And because everything's open, it's really easy to get my neps and my shortcuts off of this drum as well. It's very easy to pick up. My Oxford is fleece that I've just bought and processed, so it actually has quite a bit of dirt and such too. And having this open means this is quite easy to clean. I can just take it and clean it very easily, just dump it into the trash. So that's it. If my fiber is not rolling onto here, if I've got it too close, all I have to do is just take my handy little brackets and adjust them back so that they're all the way back. So I'm going to put them all the way back. And you know, I don't have exact measurements for how this is, so you can see if it's all the way back. I'm going to just do that. Then you know, I've got enough space there to ensure that everything comes off onto the bigger drum. And then I have my handy dandy Doffer brush, which is just a fiber brush, and it's getting kind of grody right now. I need to go and clean it out because this fleece had a lot of vegetable matter in it. But then I would just do what you would do with a regular drum carder and just burnish it with my handy dandy Doffer brush, which I bought at the Japanese dollar store called Daiso for like $1.50. So basically, the only thing that I ended up buying for this drum carder was the hardware, the rolling pin from IKEA, which I believe was like $6. I had a coupon for the MDF board from Joann's, the IKEA brackets, and then some hardware. And that was it, the crank. And I think I bought that from Ace Hardware, and I even had a coupon for that. So in total, this drum carder cost me about $100. It's very simple, but I'm able to build pretty big bats off of this. So I will take one out and show you in just a second. My Korma that I've done twice, and there's probably about at least 2 ounces here of fiber. My DIY drum carder in a nutshell, for those of us who are into hacks and making tools. It's really easy to do. Another thing that you can do as well is, because these are not set into the brackets here, I can remove this drum. So initially when I spun my first few bats, I did not have my liquor in brush. And I just spun directly from this main brush, which is a lot of the tutorials out there have just a Swift brush as your main drum for carding. So that, you know, if you decide that you want to do that, that's pretty easy to do with this design as well. And that's it.